Welcome to the Bleedbigblue podcast, dedicated coverage of the New York Football Giants by your hosts, Marco, Trifecta, T. Merritt, and JBW.
What's going on? What's good, my New York Giants fans and friends and everyone? I'm hoping you could hear me. I think everything is going well. I have the boys on the line. James, how are you, James?
I'm negative. How are you?
Negative as always. Tim is on the line. Tim, what is up, Tim?
I'm here. Did you unmute me?
Yeah, we're all unmuted. We are all live.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm here, and I'm ready
Justin,
to get the positivity
Justin, are you
going.
here as well?
I am here, and I am excited for whatever happens tomorrow.
Do you have your number 26 jersey on?
I will be the first person to buy a number 26 jersey.
There we go.
Now,
Already started.
Okay. Who's starting? Am I starting?
You want to go? You want to lead?
Let's give a little back. People aren't going to know what we're even arguing about right off the bat, right? So,
Right.
Obviously, the fan base is split, right? The fan base is split. We got our Barkley faction, and we got our quarterback, Chubb, trade back faction. Seems to be split. Like one side of the fan base is saying, hey, you take a quarterback. If you don't take a quarterback, you want to take Chubb. And if you don't want to take Chubb, then we're looking to trade the pick back, get a player and some picks. And then there's another portion of the fan base that is saying Barkley, 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 Barkley. Justin?
I'm not.
Floor is yours.
Hold on. So I'm not. First of all, let me be clear.
I thought you wanted 10 minutes to praise Barkley.
No. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is I want to talk about
Captain Negative.
That's exactly what I want to talk about. The way that James, my beloved former coworker and friend, well, current friend, former coworker, has poisoned our fan base. This Storm the Castle stuff is a load of garbage.
You say poison, I say educate.
Listen, this is what I'm saying to you.
Have fun storming the castle.
Exactly. Have fun storming the castle. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because, listen, I'll be the first one to tell you, I think they should take Josh Rosen. I think that Josh Rosen is not only the best quarterback available, but he was also the only quarterback that could play next year without any shadow of a doubt. All the rest of these quarterbacks need seasoning. They're not a guaranteed thing. And I know there's no guaranteed player at any point in the draft, but it scares me if you're taking a quarterback that you know needs to sit for at least a season, if not two. Okay? That scares me. Because as it is, quarterbacks at the top of the draft, you have a 50% win ratio. So I think you got to take the quarterback that's most ready, and to me, that's Rosen. Now, with that said, I'm a realist, and I realize that Gettleman may not have the same opinion as me. I think that Gettleman likes one of the quarterbacks. And if that quarterback is available at 2, that's who we'll take. And that makes me comfortable in the sense that if you're going to take someone at 2, you better have conviction about that guy that you're taking. But if that quarterback
So far, this sounds like my argument. So far, you sound like me. Are you part of this Captain Negative fan base that you're so worried about?
But what I'm saying to you, if that quarterback's not there, so if we can't get the quarterback that we want at 2, if Cleveland
and there's no trade on the board.
But what if you can't get the value?
Okay, now you're talking. Now you're talking my language.
I'm not interested in trading the number 2 pick for 12, 22, and a first round next year. I'm not.
100%.
I'm not interested in that.
So you're giving me the scenario of the quarterbacks aren't an option.
We'll do it live. No. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
We'll do it live. So you're giving me the option. You're giving me the option of no quarterbacks on the board, right? And the trade is too far back, so it's not a good value. I can't stay. Yeah. I can't stay in 4, 5, 6, or 7. I got to trade out of the top 7, is what you're telling me. What do I do then? You know what I do then.
I know what you're going to say, but what I'm saying to you is that in that scenario, if Gettleman decides to take Barkley, if he can't get the trade that he wants, and he decides to take Barkley, why are we storming the castle? Why?
Because you can get the drop off between. First of all, these people. If you think Barkley is light years ahead of Chubb as a prospect, you need to go back and watch the film. Go back over the next 24. Hold on. If you're going to do this, if you're going to give me the comparison of Barkley versus Chubb, then let's talk realistically. Barkley is not light years ahead of Bradley Chubb. And if you want to talk value in the draft, if you got a gun to my head and you're saying make the pick at 2, I know that come the second round, it's not like defensive end is not an area of need. I'm not loaded at the position. So I got a player that has a high motor, is vicious, is 23. What is he? 21 years old. He's a fucking baby, Bradley Chubb. And here's the thing, guys. Bradley Chubb would be the 21st highest paid defensive end in the league.
I don't care. That if you're making
you're paying, but Justin, you have to. It's the number 2 pick in the draft. This is a defining moment for your franchise. You have to take everything into consideration. 3 to 4 years down the line, when you're paying Landon Collins, when you're paying Odell Beckham Jr. exorbitant amounts of money, if you draft Barkley at 2, he's the 5th highest paid running back in the league. You're looking at a contract negotiation 4 years from now where you're going to be franchising him and stalling on giving a fucking 27-year-old quarterback a second deal. Meanwhile, Bradley Chubb is going to be going into his prime. Negative. Chubb will be going into his prime. So if you're telling me that we're trying to win 2 years come hell or high water, maybe I would think about Barkley. If you're telling me I have a franchise to run and the world is not ending in the year 20 to 21, then I'm taking Bradley Chubb. It's common sense. Because I can get Penny, Johnson, Michelle. How many running backs are in this draft, Chubb, that you can get later on in the draft? The offensive runner, the leading rusher, Hunt, 3rd round last year. Most offensive yards from scrimmage, Kamara, 3rd round last year. You have to maximize the value of the pick. We've said from day one, it's number 2. It's either a quarterback or trade back because somebody's going to want that second pick. If there's not value there that you can't get one of the top players, then you have to take one of the best players available, agreed. And if you look at – I'm not saying I don't like Barkley. Not at 2. You take Chubb over Barkley.
What do you think, Tim? Tim, what do you think?
Fuck.
I was letting the negative nation go.
It's not negative.
No, but the funny thing is, I agree with James 100%.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable.
It's the same argument I was making last week. The fact is, it's not only the financial part, because the fact is you guys got to realize once Barkley is a free agent, Sterling Shepard is going to be up for money. Evan Ingram is going to be up for money. All these guys
live in a
at the
dream
same
world.
time.
It's
There's
not
no way we could keep that offense together. But whatever, who cares? That'll be years from now. But the other thing being, like we talked about with the money last week, the running back, you're paying too much, and there's not a big drop off from Barkley to the next running back. Yes, Barkley is awesome, and I love the size, I love the speed. But at number 2, that's too high a value putting down the running back position when most running back positions in the league are running back by committee.
But why does everybody have him? What's the point?
But let's put it this way. But the other thing with Justin, I will agree with Justin, is
we like Barkley. I like Barkley.
The worst thing that happens. Let's see. hell breaks loose and Barkley gets taken it too, I can deal with that. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
I can't.
But hey, we got a great player. But
he's a great player.
In our mind, we don't know who.
You're not maximizing the value of the pick, though.
No, I understand. But we don't know what trade offers. We don't know the trade offers. And,
but even by taking Barkley at 2 with the depth at running back in the draft and the fact that you just saw 2 teams in the Super Bowl that played with running back by committee, you're going to draft a kid and make him the 5th highest paid running back in the league. And as opposed, you can draft defensive end in Chubb, and you got a defensive end for 13 seasons. These running backs, they come and go.
No, I'm with you. I'm not arguing. See, you're ready to argue with me. I'm with you.
No, I'm just passionate. I'm just passionate. I'm not arguing.
I've said from the beginning that I would take Chubb over Barkley if we have to stay at 2. I'm all for trading back. I'm all for trading back. If you think that we are not ready to win right now, even if you think we're ready to win, what's our biggest problem about winning right now? We don't have the depth. We have the talent. We just don't have the depth.
Guys, we don't have the right side of our offensive line. Do you guys looking at this roster? Like, we don't have a right side of the offensive line.
We can fix that.
And I'll tell you again.
Oh, we could just fix that. We could just fix it.
I roster baited last night. I roster baited hard last night. The roster. Listen,
I'll just slip it in.
Yeah, please do.
With the picks that we have, aside from 2, we're going to be able to fill some serious holes later in the draft anyway.
Guys, but guys, you're filling holes with 3rd and 4th round picks, 3rd and 5th round picks. These aren't guarantees. And yes, you can sign undrafted free agents too, and Gettleman's good at doing that, but they're not guarantees. No one is. You're right. But, I mean, guys, look at this roster. They were 3 and 13.
Let's put it this way. If I got to fill holes with darts, I'd rather have more darts. Period.
Don't you think that if one of these quarterbacks was head and shoulders above the rest, that there would be an unquestioned number 1 pick? It's happened years before. Hell, it happened with Jamarcus fucking Russell. There's some profanity for the haters out there.
Yeah, I don't. Guys, stop. You can it's sort of like the people that say you can't draft Darnold because no USC quarterbacks have ever been good. It doesn't make sense. You look at a player, you look at a player, you watch the film, and you say, "Wow, I think this kid has a chance to be good," or "Wow, I don't think this kid has a chance to be good." That's it. Watch the player. Forget the school he goes to. Watch the player.
This is what I think. I think that there's a section of the fan base that thinks that if we take a quarterback at number 2, that in 20 years he's wearing a gold jacket, and that's not a guarantee.
No, it's not. But it's about. But you said it before. It's about conviction. So I said it Justin. I said it 2 weeks ago. Right? So my thing has been I wanted Darnold, I like Rosen, or I like Chubb, or trade the pick back, get some value, walk away with one of these 3 top players that aren't a QB if you're not sold on one. But I also have said that if they come out and I have Josh Allen as out of the 5, number 5, I'm not sold on him. But if they come out tomorrow and they sit there and they stay at 2 and they draft Josh Allen and Gettleman comes out and looks at the screen and goes, "We did our homework. This is the guy we wanted. We got the guy we wanted. You know what? Let's roll."
Yeah, I'm going with the quarterback.
You don't think?
All right, the phone lines.
Say that? You don't think
the
you
phone
can
lines
say that
are
if they draft Saquon Barkley?
He's going to say that no matter what, and I'm going to say let's roll. But that doesn't mean I have to agree with it. I honestly think I don't. Here's my thing. I don't have a problem with Saquon Barkley. The guy is unbelievably talented. I don't believe that you take a guy because you think you have a 2-year window to win a Super Bowl. I think that you have to be very careful right now with where this franchise is. And it needs to be taken a lot more seriously than it is. You're saying take a running back and this team can compete right away. There's no right side of the offensive line. There's a defense that's switching to a new formation from a 4-3 to a 3-4 that has question marks at the outside linebacker spots. You got defensive ends that are now switching to stand up. Who's going to play those defensive end spots? You got guys, Apple, who quit last year, is your starting right corner. Who's playing the slot corner? Who's the other safety? There's questions here, guys. It's not an easy fix. I love Saquon Barkley, but there's a lot of other things that need to be done on this team. And if you're looking at a short window, short window, draft Barkley. If you're looking long term and saying, let's get a solid pick, a good kid in here, the defense was a sift last year. A sift. This kid plays the run and he gets to the passer.
That could be
you always got to draft for long term. You never go 2-year window for anything.
That's what it seems like with Barkley, doesn't it? I mean, it really seems like they think Barkley's a quick fucking fix.
But I will say this. If we take Barkley at 2, and again, I want to be clear that all that I'm saying is that if they did, I wouldn't be ready to storm the castle. I'm going to be livid if they take Barkley. I'm going to be livid if they take Barkley at 2, but it doesn't mean I'm not a Giants fan. Like, all these people are like, you're going to be so pissed off and shit like this. Like, no, I'm going to root for Saquon Barkley, but it doesn't mean I have to agree with the decision. I get it.
Shame.
I understand.
Shame.
But I do think, going back to something that we talked about a few minutes ago, I do think that if they take Saquon, I mean, there's not a better way for Gettleman to sit. Like, that is, I think that Eli has a run left in him, and having an elite running back that can catch passes out of the backfield is going to help him out. Now, we could argue for the next 2 hours whether or not that's the correct frame of thought. But if they take Saquon, there's no doubt that they think that this team is a whole hell of a lot closer to the 11-5 from last year than the 3-13 from this.
I agree with you, and that is and to me that's a very horrifying thought. Like, you better be right for a couple of reasons. If you're going to pass on one of these quarterbacks for the fact that you think you're close and you don't win a championship, and the other guy goes to the Jets, or the other guy goes somewhere else and becomes a fucking star, and Bradley Chubb goes somewhere and for 10 years terrorizes quarterbacks, you're going to have a lot of egg on your face. Like, you bet, and that's why I'm saying this isn't a fuck around decision. Like, you better get this right. Like, you better get it right. The Jets are right behind you, ready to pounce.
Gentlemen,
all right. And they're going to be in your face on the back page for the next decade.
Let's go to the lines. Let's see what's going on.
A lot of hate coming. Here it comes.
Yeah, a lot of hate. Jared, you're on, Jared.
It's going to be pointed at me.
Hello?
Jared, you call from prison.
What's going on, Jared?
What's going on? Before we get, like, the people that say, oh, it's looking like Barkley, I just saw, like, 3 different reports today saying it's, like, between quarterback and running back. Barkley and Chubb, and then now it's, like, Gettleman's the only one who knows. So I think truly no one really knows except Gettleman, so all the reports.
What would you do, Jared?
Like,
what would you do? Where do you want to go? If you're on the clock, go for it.
I would personally take a quarterback or a trade down. Probably more in favor of trade down, because I saw, even though it's just like the little mini camp they have, I checked look at the starting offensive line, and it went from Solder, Omame, Jones, Jalapio, and the kid from USC.
Wheeler.
So
Chad Wheeler.
Yeah, Wheeler. So if you could trade down and get Nelson, that's like an immediate upgrade. And so, but that line is pretty atrocious. And
well,
like
Jared, let me ask you this, Jared. Right? So we're under the impression here where it's ideal. Like, we're with you. Like, I think that, we may differ on the quarterbacks. Justin likes Rosen. A couple of us like Darnold. I'm sure you can make an argument for Mayfield somewhere along the line as well, right? But let's say the quarterback's not your guy, and you can't trade back. We would love to trade back, stay within the top 7, and get one of Barkley, Chubb, Nelson plus picks, right? That's the dream.
Yeah.
Let's say that deal isn't there, like Justin posed to me, and you're on the clock and there's no deal available and you're at 2 and you don't like one of the quarterbacks. What do you do?
Personally, I would probably take Bradley Chubb because running back, besides special teams, it's one of the most expendable positions in the entire sport. Barkley's gonna last.
Yep,
running backs don't last that long, and so if you can get a stout edge rusher that can benefit for a long time, versus you can get.
We just became best friends, Jared. You call in anytime you want. Don't you listen to Justin. He's going to bad talk you, Jared, but you did a good job when you called in. And I'll send you the money after the show.
I'm not going to bad talk anybody. I love all of our callers. I just want to pose this question.
Did you see me lead him to water?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys still there?
I just want to pose this question. So I'm just gonna throw this scenario out there. But is the Saquon pick more palatable if it were to happen? If they follow it up with 2 of the 3 following picks in the next 2 rounds, Willie Hernandez, Billy Price, and or is it Orlando Brown? Right.
Yeah.
If I could guarantee you that we could get Saquon and 2 of those 3 players, one in the second round and one with the first pick in the third, then you have.
You know what's funny?
What's
funny, Justin? You know what's funny, Justin? Can I just throw this in here? So I did a mock the other day. See me post it?
Yeah, that was James' mock draft. That's all.
So I had a mock the other day. I went on. I did my mock, and I took Bradley Chubb second. I took Billy Price in the second. I took Orlando Brown with my first pick in the third. I took Nick Chubb with my second pick in the third. I took Duke Dawson, cornerback, with my 4th round pick, and I took John Holland.
I like
my
it.
5th round pick.
It's actually Jeff Holland, but it's
Jeff Holland. I'm sorry. I'm medicated.
I don't think
that's not realistic.
I love that
Trenches, gentlemen. Trenches.
What they're saying, and God knows the rumors are what the rumors are. They're saying there's going to be a big run on the interior offensive lineman in the draft. So Willie Hernandez, as much as I would love him to be a Giant, I don't think he's going to make it to the second round.
Guys, I'll tell you something. I got a dream here, and here's my dream. And my dream is that somehow, some fucking way, that there's a 3-way trade coming with someone, and the Giants can push back to 4 or 5, and they can end up with Barkley, Chubb, and extra picks. Like that's my dream. If you told me that we're getting Barkley or Chubb and extra picks at 4, or Nelson at 4, 5, and 6 with some extra picks, that's my dream. Like, I'm praying that Buffalo or a team can find a way to get into the top 6 and then swing away to get with us to 2. Because I don't care who the player is. If you're telling me those 3 guys, if I'm walking away with one of those 3 guys and extra picks, pop some bottles. We won.
100%.
Like, that's why, Justin, I don't mind Barkley. Like, that's why I'm trying to make it clear. Like, I like Saquon Barkley, but like, there's a flip side to every coin.
Did anybody see the bullshit rumor? More swearing, haters. Did anybody see the bullshit rumor that we're trading Eli to the Dolphins for 11?
Holy shit! I would go crazy.
I didn't even see that.
First of all,
I would. Can you imagine? Can you?
James would love it,
guys.
Well, and let me explain why, Giant fans, before you come in and want to kill me because I hate Eli Manning. I don't think the team's close. You could trade him. You can get $22 million off the cap plus another pick 11 in the draft. Yes, please. Because then if you're telling me I'm walking away with Barkley and McGlinchey, now I got a horse. Now McGlinchey. Now I got a horse. Now I got some. Now I got some hope. I like that.
Captain Negative.
Well, if you
Make
turn
Webb the
it
starter.
Eli, that means we would have to take quarterback.
No. You don't draft a quarterback. You still take Barkley. And you make Webb the starter.
Well, Webb your start, son.
Webb looked good in minicamp today.
Oh man, we're just joking, Giants Nation. Fucking put your heads back on your neck. It's okay.
Let's get to John from the Lancaster.
What's going on, John?
John, you there? What's up, John?
John,
What's on your mind?
I believe with everything you guys are saying tonight, Barkley and number 2 is insane. He's going to be the 5th highest running back paid like right away, and he only runs the ball what averages 15 times a game. I just think if
to be fair though, hold on. I want to throw this in because I'm going to be fair here, right? You're right. He does only really carry the ball around 15 times a game. He's not like really bell cowish, but he does catch the ball a lot. He is a threat out of the back.
There's other running backs in the draft that will run the ball.
No, I agree with you, but to say 15 touches a game is a little deceiving. He touches the ball 20 plus times a game, and I think because he's so active in the passing game, so many carries. But I understand what you're saying. I just wanted to throw that in there. Go ahead.
I think Gettleman never trades down in drafts, which is weird. But I just think that if he's not trading down, it has to be a quarterback. I think if he doesn't trade down, and let's say he picks Barkley, and let's say I want Rosen, I love the dude. I would see a fellow Jew on the Giants would just make the dreams come true because I never had a shot in life. But if he drafts Barkley, and let's say Barkley is average, and one of these quarterbacks goes on to be a All-Pro, it's going to be one of the biggest draft-offs of all time. I mean, for the Giants. I mean,
especially if the guy ends up with the Jets. Can you imagine if the guy ends up with the Jets?
Seeing Rosen play on the Jets and then
here's a scenario for you, Giant fans. Here's a scenario for you, Giant fans. Right? Let's say Josh Allen goes number 1. There's no deal on the table. Barkley goes 2. Sam Darnold goes to the Jets at 3. Now, a lot of people are going, oh, Darnold sucks. Let me tell you something, guys. Darnold's going to be a pretty good quarterback in the NFL. Whether he's going to be an all-pro, all-time great, I don't know. But the kid has all the tools to be a very good quarterback in the NFL. So that's a tough scenario if you're the Giants. Barkley better be an all-time great because if he ends up being really good and then you don't really re-sign him after his contract because he has a lot of wear and tear and he's 27 years old and you don't want to pay a guy who's going to be 30 years old $12 million a year as a running back, then you got egg on your face when the other guy's still playing quarterback for another 10 years across the league in the same stadium.
Here's the thing that scares me. Marco mentioned it last night, but it's a very real possibility. You know, Allen or Mayfield goes 1. The Giants go Arnold or Rosen, and whoever we don't pick is going 3 to the Jets. And then you have 2 rookie quarterbacks in New York City that are going up against each other, and you want to talk about what being egg on your face would be like if he took Saquon. If he takes the wrong quarterback and the Jets take the other guy and they win out, I mean, that's
you
a
tip
bad
your fucking cap, but you tip your cap, but at least you didn't fucking go down with your tail between your legs.
Honestly, I think it'd be awesome if Darnold and Rosen were both the New York quarterbacks.
So do I. I think it'd be pretty great.
I think it'd be cool.
Pretty great for New York sports. Yes.
Yeah, rivalry from L.A. to New York, and those guys would just be tied together. I'd be all for it.
I can't wait to see what the Browns do.
I do like Rosen's game.
I cannot wait to see what the Browns do. I cannot wait to see how this plays out.
If Browns take Baker Mayfield number 1, which is possible rumor, I'm going to seriously laugh for days. Because
I got news for you. If you gave me the choice between
if
you gave me the choice between Mayfield and Allen, I'd take Mayfield.
But
so, James, what if I told you that Gettleman is the best poker player in the history of the world?
I'm hoping that. I got my fingers crossed, buddy. Go ahead.
And who he really likes it to is Mayfield. And he takes Mayfield at 2 over Barkley.
Let me ride. Let's ride. Let's go. As I told you, I don't have. I believe that the value of the number 2 pick is the quarterback in this draft. I have been right before about some of these draft prospects. I have been wrong before about some of these draft prospects. So who knows what I know? It's like anyone else. It's a crapshoot. You watch, you guess. If they come out and tell me this is the quarterback that we want, we've done our homework, this is the guy we want. Even if that guy's Josh Allen, who I have ranked 5th out of the top 5 quarterbacks in the draft, let's ride. I'm going to get behind that guy. I'm going to support him. If that guy's Mayfield, same thing. If they've done their homework and it's a quarterback, take your guy. Take your guy. You're not going to get this chance again.
I want to tell you right now, though, let's do this scenario. The fact is, let's say Baker Mayfield goes. We had the key to the draft with having Darnold and Rosen. Let's say we don't want a quarterback. Let's say Davis Webb impressed them over today or yesterday and today.
Hold on. Let's talk about that real quick. That doesn't matter. Okay, Giant fans? What happened today in shorts and a T-shirt playing pickup without a pass rush does not matter. It's nice. It's progress. It does not matter. It does not sway your decision. You didn't do a year's worth of research to make Davis Webb sway your decision in 2 hours in shorts and a T-shirt. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, he didn't sway it in just 2 hours because the fact is, they've seen this kid. They've seen this kid in the weight room at the Giants facility literally all off season. They might not be able to talk to him, quote unquote, but they've seen him there all off season. So maybe he swayed them by just showing the work ethic that he has, and Shermer might be like, you know what, I can hang out with this guy. I can get this kid going.
Did he see him under a pass rush? Did he see him trying to pick up a blitz? Did he see him trying to make a hot read? Did he see him dust himself off and pick himself up and get back in the huddle after getting fucking lambasted from 3 guys in the middle of the fucking field? Okay, so they don't know shit about Davis Webb. We don't know anything about Davis Webb. Okay, we know nothing about
the castle.
We know nothing about him. Nothing. Don't get me started on Davis Webb. It's not Davis Webb's fault. It's the franchise's fault for not throwing him in the fucking fire last year so we knew what we had, some clue of what this kid liked under pressure. Because you could throw it like a god, like a Greek god you could look like when you're in shorts and a T-shirt slinging it around and there's no pass right there. But when Aaron Donald's breathing down your neck, the window throw.
What do you call a window throw? He drops the ball in there.
He was a window throw. He throws it in the window.
What do you call a window throw? He drops the ball in there.
Let's talk about this side of the number 2 pick. What do you think Eli's telling them to do? And do you think
Eli better not be fucking telling them to do a damn thing. What the fuck are you talking about? Eli needs to shut the fuck up and throw the ball.
Captain Negative.
That's the fucking problem. That's the problem. The reason why we didn't get to see Webb is because we had to bow down to Sir Eli last year. Sir Cry-a-Lot.
No, listen.
I don't
I'm
agree with that.
You on that shit. I'm pretty confident, and by pretty I mean about 95% sure, that if they went to Eli last year and said, "Hey, we want to see Davis Webb play," he has a completely different reaction than when they told
Why
him,
are they clearing things with Eli Manning? Oh, I'm fucking confused.
You get $20 million.
Is Eli the coach?
Sit there and just take it.
Is Eli the owner? What the fuck? We have to ask his permission now? Eli, listen, buddy. Listen, I know I'm paying you $22 million for 16 games.
Absolutely.
Would it be okay? Would it be okay, Eli, if we got to look at some of the other guys? Do you think?
210
come on.
And you're gonna bench him for Geno?
When I'm 2-10, yes. When I'm 2-10, and I know I'm going to be in this situation with 5 quarterbacks coming out with a top 5 pick, and I got 5 QBs coming out, and a 37-year-old quarterback making $22 million, and a third-round pick that I just took, yeah. The situation warrants Eli sit the fuck down. It has nothing to do with Eli Manning or his streak or his Super Bowls or the fact that he's the greatest quarterback in the history of the franchise. All of those are givens. Considering where we were and the situation, he needed to sit down. And if you think that they needed to clear that with him and ask permission, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with that then.
Not for Geno Smith.
For anyone, you don't have to give him an explanation. You don't. You don't owe him an explanation. And I trust that the plan was fuck breaking news right now. I'm on a rant. No, hold on. Hold the news.
Wow.
Go ahead.
It's next.
You're gonna love it.
Go ahead.
You're gonna love it. Guess who I found?
Oh God, who's on there? Who?
From MIA. No. You're live, Todd.
Oh, Todd.
What? Hello, everybody.
Freaking Colts. What? Are you, Todd?
I didn't know you guys were streaming tonight. I thought y'all were going to stream tonight because of the draft tomorrow. I was on YouTube. Did I see the stream?
Now that the energy is tapped in the room.
Yeah. Todd, go away. What the fuck?
He's in the penalty box. He's in the penalty box.
You have to come in hot. You got to come in with a hot take. You got somebody ranting and raving about something, and you're going to get thrown into the conversation. Come in hot. I mean, right? He came in so cold.
Bring in the fire.
Bring the fire. Bring the rain.
Bring the fire.
That's called an interception, jerk off.
That's how we should have started it.
Bingo.
I'm looking at the comments, guys, like, down in flames. That's too bad, Todd.
Gentlemen, I want to know what happened with the trade back talk, though. Oh, the rumors were flying.
I think it's still there.
The rumors were flying so much. I thought it was really going to happen, and now it seems like Buffalo's like,
here it is. No, here's what's going to happen. You got to wait till these teams are on the clock. A lot's going to happen on the clock. I mean, once these guys get on the board. Now, here's the problem for the Giants. The problem for the Giants is that picks 4, 5, and 6 are on the board, or are basically on the table. So that's a problem for the Giants. That devalues their pick. You have to hope that Buffalo or Miami is completely desperate and terrified of the Jets taking the guy that they want. That's the leverage that the Giants have right now. And I think once the first quarterback goes, no matter who that, whether it's Allen, Darnold, or Mayfield, you're going to see consequences and repercussions from 2 on. And I think that's when teams are going to really start to say, okay, what are we really willing to give up? We're on the clock now. So I think those talks will probably start as early as tomorrow, guys, like seriously. Like there may have been some preliminary talks, but you're going to get shit going like tomorrow's the day leading up to being on the clock. And I think you're going to see some activity, especially in the first top of 10, 11, 12 picks. I think you're going to see some activity from fucking bingo. I think the Giants are all in if they can get the right deal. I think they'll get to 5, 6, 7. I think they make the move no matter what. I think they need a third team. Who's it going to be? There are enough picks with the Browns, the Bills, and the Giants having the leverage of number 2 where the Giants can end up with 4, 5, 6 if Buffalo can get another team involved. There's a chance. I hope that's what I really want to happen. Would you guys die? Where'd everybody go? You fucking sleeping?
No, we're here. we just decided we just let you go because
Did my negative army just take you over?
Basically, yeah.
Good rant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were coming in hot, and then you just cooled right off.
I fizzled.
Is there any way that is there any potential that maybe the quarterback that we have our eye on is a quarterback that would go a little bit later anyway?
No.
Like maybe a Mason Rudolph.
Lamar Jackson?
Maybe a Lamar Jackson.
Rudolph. You know what? I got news for you, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, you're sitting at 2. Like, don't fuck around. Like, if you're telling me, like, you like Mason Rudolph more than one of these 4 or 5 guys, like, there's a problem. Like, you need to reevaluate shit.
But
well, I don't understand. Well, I'm seeing guys all over the place. I'm going to stick to my board the way I had it before. It's Darnold and Rosen. They're both a level above everybody else. And I keep seeing Josh Allen getting taken before people. I saw Mike Mayock mocked draft tonight, and they were saying Bills trade up to 6 to grab Josh Allen when Josh Rosen was on the board. And I just don't see it. I'm going to tell you, Josh Rosen will go a lot higher than people are thinking. I really hope it's Sam Darnold going
Guys,
to the
if
Giants.
Mayfield goes
Josh
1,
Rosen
Rosen's
going to
I think Rosen. I think it'll be. I think the Jets could end up with Rosen. I mean, they could be sitting there right now, just going like, "Hey, no matter which way this turns out, we're going to end up with Josh Rosen." Like if they take Mayfield, they're going to end up with Josh Rosen. Like and then if they got Darnold higher than him, there's a chance that if Darnold doesn't go 1 and the Giants don't take Darnold. Like, it's so fucking crazy, guys. Like, we're sitting here going, Darnold's going to go 1, Darnold's going to go 1, Darnold, if not, then Darnold goes 2. Like, you know what? Would you guys be at all surprised if Mayfield went 1 and then there was some, like, crazy trade and the Giants traded back and they ended up 5, 6, or 7 and then Buffalo traded up and you're like, there goes Darnold, and they take Josh Allen? would you be surprised? Like, would you be really surprised, dude? Like, on draft night, like, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. It's going to be fun. And we're going to be live.
Yeah,
we're going to be live.
That's the thing I can't wait for.
We're going exactly at 8, right?
We'll do it live. No. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Yep.
8
o'clock tomorrow night.
We tried to run a clean show, and then I guess we just said threw that out the window.
Fuck it.
Guys, let me address that real quick, right? So we keep getting flack on the comments for our language. Like, go listen to any other podcast, like including like the legit like guys, the blue checkers on Twitter. Like, go listen to some of their podcasts. Those guys get passionate and they'll drop an F-bomb and they'll curse every now and again as well. So relax. We're grown people. It's sports talk. We're not talking about church. It's the New York Football Giants.
Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah's on the line. You done with 2K, Isaiah? You pulled yourself away?
Of course.
All right, you got the number 2 pick. Who you taking?
I gotta go with Baker. Gotta go with my boy Baker.
He's going Baker. I like it. Tell me why. You got Baker.
I thought we were on the same page, Isaiah. I thought last week we were on the same page. But now you're putting Baker Mayfield on me.
Baker's the best quarterback.
Isaiah, why? Tell me about Baker. What do you like about him?
I just love his attitude, man. He hates to lose, and that's Gettleman. He's looking for people that hate to lose. And, you know, a lot of people always doubted him throughout his life. You know, he just got that attitude of, you know, I'm going to prove you wrong. And I would love somebody like that on the team.
Do you have any concerns about – I'll give you 2 things, right? So I'm a Baker Mayfield fan too. I like him as a prospect. I don't think the Giants will take him just because –
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think that's a very crowded quarterback room to have because Baker Mayfield is going to want to come in and play right away. And that's going to be a little awkward because you're going to get a lot of questions, and the New York media is going to eat that up, and they're going to keep pushing Baker. And if the Giants get off to a tough start, and we haven't talked about the schedule, we'll get to that. But if the Giants get off, that's fuel on the fire. Now, how do you feel about him?
Guys? Let me get this question right to you. This goes to you, Isaiah. How long do you think it would take for Baker Mayfield to talk shit about Eli? What week would it be?
Yeah, there you go.
Before he got goaded
would do that anyway. Baker's teammates love him.
Yeah, he wouldn't talk shit about Eli, number one. He wouldn't.
Yeah, Eli wouldn't do that. Baker's a great teammate.
Yeah, he really is.
No, but I think Eli. No. I don't think he would talk shit about him. But you don't think that Baker would come out and be like, I'm here to be the number one quarterback.
Yeah,
I'm here to be the starter.
Yeah, but remember when in the press conference they did ask him, if I'm a backup, I'll be the best backup that I could be. He said
but he's good. But yeah, I understand that.
That's TV talk. That's whatever.
Any concern about him being in New York?
No.
I think he's a Jet all the way. I think he's going to be a Jet.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a Jet.
I think he sort of fits the Jets, right? Don't the Jets need him?
The only two quarterbacks I can see us taking is either Josh Allen or Rosen. And I'm kind of scared if we do pick Josh Allen.
There's no way
I do not want Josh Allen.
There's no way they're dumb enough to pick Josh Allen. There's no way. The Gettleman and Shermer are way too smart to pick somebody like him.
Yeah. And Rosen played the West Coast offense. I would love Josh Rosen as well. He played
the only
West Coast
person
offense.
who thinks Josh Allen is a good quarterback is the media. Everybody else thinks he sucks.
Pretty much.
But he does. He's got a big cannon arm, and that's probably the best thing about it.
Are you guys going to be upset?
I think there's a lot of teams that like him.
I think they like him because of his ceiling, though. I think they just like him because of his ceiling, not because he's
of course they like him because of his ceiling.
Yeah, but
they don't like him because of his floor.
Nice. Well, yeah, a ceiling is always nice, but a ceiling isn't always guaranteed. It's just what could happen.
Well, nothing is guaranteed, but you're taking every dude, stop. You're taking every one of these players because of you're hoping you get them to their ceiling. No one can guarantee anyone is going to get them there, but the fucking goal is to get them to their ceiling.
Well,
and you're drafting them, and you see these talents, and you're like, this guy has a high ceiling. We want to take this guy and invest in coaching him up to get to the top of the fucking ceiling.
That's true, but would you rather take the guy who has a high ceiling and a really down to the just garbage floor, or would you take a guy who also has a decent ceiling but a really high floor? I think most teams
that teams see different things. I think teams see different things in different prospects because teams have different things that are important to them and things. So I think it's really a lot different based on the 32 different franchises you have. And when you have a kid that's 6'5", I'll get to you, Isaac. When you have a kid that's 6'5" and that could throw the ball like him, whether I like him or not, I think he has accuracy issues. I think he has anticipation issues. But there are going to be teams that are enamored with his physical tools that are going to be willing to take a chance in coaching him up. And that's the risk. That's the name of the game and being right. But you do that because you see all this talent in the kid. And it's every one of these kids. Go ahead, Isaiah. I'm sorry.
Would you be happy if we took Saquon Barkley tomorrow?
I have nothing against Saquon Barkley. Here's my thing, Isaiah. Right? So I love Saquon Barkley as a prospect. I think he's going to be a very solid football player. I don't know if he's going to be a generational talent, but I think he's going to be a really good contributor. I think, especially in today's NFL, the way he can catch the ball.
You want a blue chipper? You get your blue chipper.
I'll take Chubb the blue chipper. I'll take my defensive end blue chipper because I can win at running back with other players. And it's proven around the league that you can use running back with other players. So I don't have a problem with Barkley. If the scenario is we're trading back to 4, 5, 6, and if we get 4 from Cleveland in a 3-way trade, and you're telling me we take Barkley and we're getting extra picks, yes. If you're telling me at number 2, because of the value of the quarterbacks there and because of the drop-off at defensive end, it's really, for me, quarterback, Chubb, or trade back.
Yeah, that'll be beautiful.
But that's not saying I'm not saying I don't like Barkley. I'm just saying when you look at the other running backs in the draft and you got picks 34 and the 2 picks in the 3rd round, When I saw Kamara last year, when I saw Hunt last year, those are third-round picks. So if I can get value in the third round like that, and I can get myself Chubb, because if I let Chubb go and I get Barkley, now I'm not taking another running back, but can I get the production that I would get from Chubb that I can get from my defensive end that I have to take now in the second or third round? I don't know. I don't think I can.
I think
there's a better chance you can get that from the running back.
But I don't think he's the best. I think Rashad Penny, Sony Michel are better than him, and I like Royce Freeman.
I love Sony Michel. I love Sony Michel.
Rashad Penny are better than Barkley? You just say
I think their games translate. I don't think Barkley. I think Barkley's going to struggle to run between the tackles in the NFL.
You're going to get right now.
Todd,
Isaiah said you don't think Barkley's the best back in the draft? What's up,
Todd?
Yeah.
Sorry for you. Look up.
What's up?
Reggie Bush, and look up his career.
I know
you know who Reggie Bush is, but I'm just saying that's exactly who Barkley is. He's Reggie Bush.
No, he's not. What?
Yeah, he is. He literally is.
I think he's like a glorified third down back, to be honest.
Yeah, Reggie Bush.
He's not, though.
He's
not a very powerful back.
He has a lot more than Reggie Bush. He is one of the highest.
He's not a very powerful back. Somebody tried to throw Saquon Barkley highlights in my face, and every run that he made was out of a read option. And you're not doing that in the NFL. You're just
I'm
not.
Gonna be honest.
You have.
I don't see him as a Hall of Famer. I really don't see him as a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry to say, but
I think he's going to be a very good back, but I don't see all of this. I don't think he's going to be Adrian Peterson.
He's not.
I don't think that. I don't think
he's graded that high so far.
Game.
Well,
has he played an NFL game yet?
Look at every draft for the past 7 years. There's always the next Adrian Peterson. There's always next Adrian Peterson.
So some guy told me, we're like, oh, he's going to be the next Le'Veon Bell. I was like, Le'Veon Bell went in the second round. So give me the Le'Veon Bell in the second round as opposed to the number 2 pick in the fucking draft.
I don't know how you're comparing Reggie Bush and Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is like 40.
I don't know how all you people think that Saquon is this like god amongst.
Justin,
go look at his numbers. Look at his numbers against solid teams. Go look at his numbers against solid teams.
His offensive line was garbage. Anytime they gave him any sort of room, he capitalized. Barkley capitalized
against terrible
any
teams.
chance he got.
Against terrible teams.
The numbers don't show you. The reason why Barkley kept bouncing to the outside, if you go watch this film, it's not because he couldn't run between the tackles. It's because every time he tried, he had some like Damon Harrison in his face, like every single time. I'm not saying our offensive line is great. Like I'm not trying to make an argument with the Giants.
Every single run, he tries to bounce every single run to the outside. And that is a dangerous, dangerous game to play in the NFL when players are a lot faster than playing accurate.
Yo, Tim, I have a question for you, Tim. You there?
Go ahead, man.
Are you still? I'm still with you on the. If we don't take a quarterback with the second overall pick, I think we should trade back. I'm still with that.
Oh no, I mean, I think we've all been on the same page as far as that for the most part. We don't take the quarterback, which I want Darnold. If that's whoever they're sold on, then we trade back. I don't care.
Supposedly we're not.
I know James and Justin are against this, but if Buffalo wants to give me a haul of the 12, 22, second, a future first, and God knows what else, then I'm all for it.
Yep. Yeah.
Nope. No.
Here's a fun fact. Saquon averaged 8.5 yards per carry in 5 games against pedestrian teams. 3.8 per carry in 8 others.
Yeah, the difference between those other teams is that his offensive line couldn't block them. I'm not making an argument for the Giants to draft Barkley because we have a shit offensive line as well. I'm just making an argument for Barkley in general. It's hard for a running back to run up.
No one's debating Barkley's a good player. No one debated that Barkley's a good player, though.
Yeah, but everybody keeps trying to say that he can't run between the tackles. It's not that he can't. He just wasn't able to because the offensive line wouldn't give him any room.
I'm not saying that Barkley is
stop it,
God and can do
dude, go
everything.
watch the film, bro. Go watch the film. No, you haven't. You haven't. Then you're watching it wrong. Because even the ones that come to the outside, he does not break anything inside the tackle.
Because he has
You're
to
doing it
run to the
wrong.
outside.
You're doing it wrong.
Go watch the film.
You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
This is the intern being here.
Saquon Barkley against Akron, 14 carries, 172 yards. Against Pitt, 14 for 88. Against, who the fuck is this? Little Sisters of the Poor. They won 56-0. He had 10 carries for 10 carries for 47 yards. Iowa, he blew up Iowa. He destroyed them, 28 carries for 211. Indiana, 20 for 56. Northwestern, 16 for 75.
Hold on.
Okay.
Defending him.
Ohio State, 21 to 44.
Hold on. Defending him. On the games where he has low carry totals, he's also getting like 4 receptions for 60 yards and stuff like that
I was just about to say that. Thank you. You're only looking at rushing yards, dude. Look at what he does besides that.
But you're also not drafting a wide receiver.
In the games where he had 44 yards against Ohio State, he had 4 catches for 23 yards. In the game against Michigan State, 14 carries for 63 yards, and he had 3 catches for 33. Against Rutgers, 14 carries for 35 yards, 1 reception, 20 yards. Maryland, he had 16 carries for 77 yards, 1 catch for 4 yards. Pittsburgh, 14 for 88, 4 catches for 45 yards. Pedestrian.
Pedestrian. Put this all back when he's a Giant tomorrow.
I have a question.
When he's on the Giants tomorrow and he's killing it for us, I want to talk with you, James.
First of all, I don't want him to be a Giant. I'm going to tell you right now.
Hold on a second.
I want to.
Yeah, me
Not
either.
at 2.
When he's a Giant and he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, we'll have a talk.
I don't give a fuck about that. I'm not worried about 1 year, Todd. No one's saying he can't fucking do that. The problem is you're going to be paying a fucking rookie running back on a bad team, the 5th highest fucking running back in the league. Wake up. This isn't about 1 year or 2 fucking years. You got a chance here to decide the next 10, 12 years of your franchise. Stop thinking like a fucking kid. Grow up.
I want to say 2 things.
I just want to put out there that if he gets Rookie of the Year, there's more than likely we're in the playoffs anyway.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, especially if the defense can't stop the run. It's going to be fucking great. He'll get a lot of yards on dump-offs when we're losing fucking 31-13 because the defense can't stop fucking anybody.
Hold on.
Come on, guys.
Because we lost JPP? I mean, because JPP put up the stats.
You just moved 2 defensive ends to linebacker today. Who are the defensive ends on the team? Okay. I'll wait. They just moved Vernon and Akara to outside linebacker. So who are the defensive ends?
Tomlinson's one of them.
Oh, that's one. Who's my other? And do I have any depth?
No,
I don't need depth. I got Iron Men. They'll just play for 16 fucking games because they're wearing blue jerseys. Everything's fine. Sky's silver lining, fellas.
Yeah, I have a question for you guys.
I need a positive music. Where's the positive music going?
Oh, Jimmy.
We don't have any.
Yes, Justin.
Are you telling me that we don't have needs on the offensive side of the ball?
We have needs all over the roster, Justin. We have needs all over the roster. We just went through them. You need 2 offensive linemen. You need a running back. You need another wide receiver.
You hate Jonathan Stewart, who's never done anything to you. Jonathan, we love
but
you.
Just decline. I like 2000. I like 2013 Jonathan Stewart. Can I get that guy?
Yeah. First of all, why do we need Barkley if we have Jonathan Stewart?
Jonathan
Good
Stewart,
question,
if you're listening, I would like to invite you on the podcast as my guest. Please call in. Give him the number, Marco.
I'd like to call. I'd like him to call so we can discuss his declining
think
numbers.
Take Baker Mayfield or Josh Allen at number 1. We're taking Sam Darnold at number 2.
I hope so.
That's what I'm hoping happens.
Darnold's like the
I hope
third best
Darnold
QB
or
in the
Rosen. I hope Darnold or Rosen. I would be fine with Darnold or Rosen at that point. Or
I
Chubb.
want to trade back.
Barkley, and if
Or I
not
want to
Barkley,
trade back. If you believe in Davis Webb, trade back.
I believe in Davis Webb.
I like Chubb.
I'm getting tired of the Davis Webb talk.
Davis Webb is king. We got a lot of noise in the background.
Todd.
Who? Todd?
Not me. Not me.
Who is
Todd's
that?
mom yelling at him. Just giving it to him.
Somebody's yelling.
It wasn't Ed.
I'm fucking telling James, you listen to him. You'll fucking learn something, she was saying.
Quick question.
If we, first of all, Negative Nation just got in trouble.
Guys, if we take a quarterback at number 2 and we need a running back, and Sony Michel, Nick Chubb, and Darius Guess are taken, which other running backs do you guys like?
I'm all about Nick.
I like Penny.
Nick Chubb.
Like Penny.
Nick Chubb. Like Penny.
Why are people so high on Michelle? Michelle is so overrated.
You're crazy, dude.
What
the fuck are you watching?
The guy runs through open gaps. The guy, look at that Georgia.
He played better than Nick Chubb against Alabama.
Chubb.
Oh my God.
If you look at his run, Chubb is the one who has the hard yard. Michelle.
The bigger the game and the better the competition, the better Chubb and Michelle play.
Listen, this
so just go watch the film. They're big time, big game players.
Outperform Sony.
And they run with fuck you attitude. Something Saquon doesn't do.
I think Chubb runs with fuck you attitude. Sony Michelle runs open gaps. If we have to take a quarterback, if we have to take a running
That's why you're coming back.
If we have to take a running back in the second round, I want Sony Michel over Nick Chubb.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
No.
If you
that's
overrated.
That's not
especially with Chubb's injury. Especially with Chubb's ACL. Yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
If you're talking about medical reports, they're talking about Michelle's knees are worse than Nick Chubb's.
I don't think Michelle's knees are as worse as worse. Dude, stop it.
Well,
there's a reason why Michelle's talking. They're talking about Michelle as a late first round, early second round pick, and Chubb they're not talking about till possibly the third round. There's a reason why.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you that. Lewis Riddick literally just said it 2 nights ago. He's already getting it from other people that Nick Chubb is probably possible rookie of the year.
I love Nick Chubb. You can't see. I mean, you're not going to sit here if we walk away from this draft and Nick Chubb is our running back. I got no problem with that. I like. Here's the reason why that I am taking. Here's the reason why I'm taking Bradley Chubb over Saquon Barkley. We're literally talking about the reason why. Guys, name the defensive ends that are possible if we don't take Chubb at 2. Take the quarterbacks off the table. We all know we want to take the quarterback. Take the quarterback there. Who are the second and third round quarterbacks that were just fucking or defensive ends that were just throwing their names off as guys that we wanted that are going to that are going to step in and play day one and contribute?
How is Chubb going to survive in a 3-4? The guy's not.
Josh Sweat.
Are you serious? He played in a 3-4 He played in a 3-4 his freshman season, and he stood up last year. Stop with this 3-4 shit with Betcha. It's going to be a fucking defense that they're going to switch around and they're going to play matchups and they're going to use different players to their advantage.
And the one thing,
if you
guys,
take
I'll
the
tell you
best
right now,
player,
70% of the time you're going to be a nickel anyway.
Why are you yelling?
Exactly. Because people don't get it, Mike. That's why you're coming back.
No,
that's what she said.
Got a different opinion than he does, and he can't handle it.
You don't get it. You don't get it.
The intern dies because you get so angry. I love it.
Because he just talks. He just but
what
saying
are you
nothing.
doing? You're over here screaming.
But you're not saying nothing. That's the problem. Say something. Say it with your chest.
Hold on. I'm cleaning up
Say
the
it with
mic.
your chest.
Say it with your chest. Oh, we got to get that on there, too. Oh, that might be my new favorite.
Say it with your chest.
Put that one up.
Talking a lot, but you're not saying nothing, man. Silly.
Oh, God. Todd, you need to start.
Michelle's not a good prospect. Just stop. And you're comparing guys, Webb, I mean, you listen to the guys that you're comparing. Davenport, come on. Stop it. Compared to Chubb, that are going to step in at defensive end and contribute day one? Stop it.
Yeah.
Just stop fooling yourselves.
First of all, I'm the one that's in Davenport, but it's
Kamara, Hunt, third-round picks last year.
Why are you yelling?
Stepped in and produced day one.
Why are you
We've
yelling?
seen it because you're ridiculous.
I never
I
said
didn't
that.
say anything. I said nothing.
And I'm Italian. This isn't yelling. This is fucking whispering.
Oh my God!
Negative Nation. This is your.
Are they
Back
filling
after
in?
this.
They got their torches lit.
You know, I'm
Have
really
fun
nervous.
storming the castle.
Yeah.
Justin, are you still on? No, you on?
Between 8 and 8:30, because James might blow a blood vessel.
Oh, this is
tomorrow.
fun.
Tomorrow is gonna be bananas.
I don't know if
I cannot wait until this draft.
Guys, but this is why we do this. No,
exactly.
If we're right, wrong, pissed off, not pissed off, it's because we care and we want to see the team do good.
And
so, like, it is what it is.
In all honesty, I'm going to say this, and I know that this is true, and this is what makes this awesome, is that if we somehow end up with Saquon Barkley, and if we end up with him with the number 2 pick, and we ride him to the playoffs, the person during the regular season that's going to be cheering the loudest is Captain Negative. And he may even say,
I will be cheering the loudest. I will be cheering the loudest. I will be cheering the loudest on day one of minicamp. It will not take me then, because they're a part of the New York Football Giants at that point. And just there's been a lot of moves. I'm 40 years old. There's been a lot of moves over the last 35 years of my life, because I'm crazy and I remember following this team from when I was 5 years old. So there's been a lot of fucking moves over the course of 35 years that I've agreed with, and then I haven't disagreed with, and then I've disagreed with. But I've always bled blue. So regardless of what happens tomorrow night, whether I agree, disagree, think it's right or wrong, I'm along for the ride, good, bad, or indifferent, guys. You ain't getting rid of me. Captain Negative ain't going nowhere.
Can we talk about a move that I'm not sure about? That occurred?
What's that?
I'm just not sure. Did we create another hole? Did we create another hole on offense by cutting Brandon Marshall?
I thought there was a hole there when he was playing.
But
was he doing anything that I didn't know about? Because
but there is now. I mean, but you know what, guys? I got news for you. You know, if the team's better, if the team's better as a whole, like we have seen Giant teams win with wide receivers that were complementary, right? So if the defense is playing well and they improve the running game, regardless of the running back, because I think you can do it with Barkley, I think you can do it with Michelle, I think you can do it with Chubb. Regardless of the back, if you improve the entire team, and you got Beckham and you got Shepard and you got Ingram, I think you can find another receiver, you know, to plug in. You can also, if you have 3 weapons like that, you can also play it to where you're using your other receiver as more of a complementary guy. Maybe you're using a couple of different receivers that you have on the roster, and, you know, depending on down, distance, play, you're subbing those guys in. So, you know, yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, I think that on paper, definitely, but I think you can get around it. And maybe after the draft, maybe there's something to this Dez thing. But who knows? I mean, I don't know.
Do you think
is it true that Dez turned down the Ravens?
Yes.
Yes. He's turned down an offer from the Ravens.
Well, he wanted a 1 year. He wanted a 1 year deal. They wanted to give him a multi-year deal to fit him under their cap. He only wanted a 1 year.
Serious? Is that what happened?
Yeah. That's where.
Because I saw the flash come across, but I didn't get a chance to really look into it. So they wanted to offer him a multi-year deal where he would have had money locked in, and he wants to play on a 1 year prove-it deal.
Yes.
Guys, after the draft, Dez Bryant's going to be a New York Football Giant.
Welcome. I love the changes.
Well, I'm not happy about it. That pisses me off more than taking Barkley at 2. But that sort of makes sense. That's odd. That's odd.
Captain Mood
At
Swing.
his age, with his injuries, the fact that you would turn down guaranteed money for multiple years.
Do you think even if the money isn't to your liking, you're taking a huge gamble on this season?
You know, the one thing that I was listening to Dez do an interview, and he was talking about, he's like, you know what, I just love football. I don't do anything during the off season. He's like, once in a while I'll go somewhere, but all I care about is winning and care about football. That's all I care about, and that's what he's showing me right now. And if he's so pissed off at Cowboys that he's willing to play for us for way cheaper on a 1-year deal, then hell, welcome to the Giants.
And
the way I look at it.
Here's the thing about the Dez situation. You know, someone like him, he's going to come in, and even if he only shows up and beats Dallas twice a year for us, to me, like, for what you're going to pay for him, that's worth it. He balls out on Dallas twice a year, gives us 2 division wins because he's playing like a man possessed, and the rest of the year catches 3 or 4 touchdowns. That's a win. I think,
it's like asking for cancer.
But I also think this is the other thing that I want to say about that. I also think that if you're, you know, the argument that you would make for Dez is when he was at his all-time greatest was when he was playing with Romo, and Romo was just chucking it down the field. You know?
He was able to do things then that he can't do now, though. That's the issue I have.
But
I think physically back then he was a lot more able, right, than he is now. He's broken down now.
In the past few years, they've turned him into.
But he does need to be a number 1
slot receiver. I don't think he is that. Just like I don't think that Eli particularly thrives in the West Coast offense. If Shermer is picking up on anything, I'm hoping that he's picking up on the fact that Eli's at his best when he has time and can throw it down the field. And I'm hoping that these guys can design an offense that gives him time to get the ball down the field. And if Dez fits into that offensive strategy again and helps us beat Dallas twice because he's playing like a man possessed, that's a win.
Absolutely.
We're going to pay him what, honestly? We're going to pay him $4 million? We're not paying him more than that.
Guys, it's a long season, and if things don't break well, wow, that's a toxic situation.
Yeah, but if he's on a 1-year deal, who cares? Honestly.
Well, you're going to care. You're going to care during the course of the season.
Well, you're going to care.
I mean, you're going to care in season.
But if he's on a 1-year deal and he's causing problems and we're not winning, you cut him. You know, who cares?
I understand that, but I mean, oh man, dude, it seems like a lot has to happen for it to be an awesome situation and for it to work out splendidly. A lot more has to happen for it to go good than what it would take for it to go bad. I mean, that's like fucking playing with gasoline.
One of the guys on the chat room just reminded me. Cody Latimer's on the team now too.
No, we get it, but Cody Latimer.
I mean, he's pretty much a special team player.
Roger Lewis has more catches. Roger Lewis has more catches than Cody Latimer, and Cody Latimer's played 2 more years than Roger Lewis.
Cody Latimer.
He's a
good special teams player.
That has size.
I really like Cody Latimer, but he replaces Dwayne Harris.
Yes.
He replaces Dwayne Harris. That's what that is.
Yes, I think he could be effective in spots in the passing game, but I wouldn't say that he's a guy that's going to step in and replace Marshall consistently on the outside. I know. Hey, man, if they think that he was being held down in Denver and now he's going to get his shot, yeah, great. You know, let's see what the kid can do. Let him come in and compete. I mean, I'm rooting for him. I would love to see that happen, but I don't know realistically. I mean, Cody Latimer has been playing for a little while. I've seen him play. You know, does he really have that next level? I don't know. I'm not sure. So I don't know if you really depend on that.
Now, let's say Dez doesn't happen. I'm going to give you guys a wide receiver that Giants have been linked to all off season as far as a rookie. Hamilton from Penn State, the wide receiver, they've talked to him multiple times.
Can I ask you guys something?
And he's a
Eric
big receiver.
Decker signed? Is Eric Decker signed?
No, he's still free agent.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Is he really?
I don't think he has anything to
I'll take Decker.
Right?
Let me double
I would
check
take
on
Decker.
Give me Decker over Dez.
I don't know about that.
Give me Decker over
currently free.
Decker looks like garbage in Tennessee. He was in Tennessee.
I'm worried about. Dez looked like garbage in Dallas, and Decker played well in spots. He came off an injury, and Decker, for what you would need, is a quiet guy. He's going to be in the locker room. He's going to play hard. He's not going to say a fucking word to anybody. He's going to be a good presence in that locker room. He's not going to be an issue. He's not going to be an issue, is what I'm saying.
All right,
you put Dez in there with Odell, and that's dangerous.
We're getting multiple comments about to talk about Eric Flowers.
Oh,
yeah.
For a 6th or 7th round pick, take him.
That?
You're getting a 6th or 7th round pick. Be happy with it. Sell him, and let's go.
No, You're absolutely not getting it. There's a market set for tackles.
No, not for him.
I think you're getting a 4th or 5th round pick.
Oh,
and I think that's a good deal.
I think
you're insane. It's going to happen, but if that happens, hey, take it. See you later.
Somebody's going to give. You're going to fleece somebody for a 4th or 5th rounder. I'll take it. I think it's going to be more of a 6th or 7th. He's got 1 year on his deal. He's got $2 million that's going to hit your cap. You're coming out.
But it is happening, right? I mean,
I don't know that it is. I don't know that it is. I think that you're going to have to take somebody who's going to willing to take that in a 1 year deal. And I mean, what are you really getting? I personally am a little. I thought Flowers at right tackle would be pretty intriguing.
Yeah,
a lot of people give Flowers shit. A lot of people give. That's the thing. Is he's a dick, right? But a lot of people give Flowers. A lot of people give Flowers shit. If you look at the course of the last 2 seasons, from where Eric Flowers was at the beginning, from the beginning of the season where he was, or the beginning of the 11-5 season, going into the end of this season, Eric Flowers has gotten markedly better. Markedly.
You know what? I really think we dropped the ball with Eric Flowers. Honestly, Coughlin should have been the coach the whole time for him. Coughlin should have been the whole. I think Coughlin would have been a way better coach for him. I don't even think it was for the way McAdoo is. I don't think it was. I don't even
think it was that. I don't even think it was that. I think that one falls on Reese, because Reese reached for him based on need. No one had Flowers that high. No one. Flowers was
he was supposed to go in like his 20s.
Yes, Flowers was a late teens, late first round pick that was projected to be a right tackle.
We wanted Brandon Scherf.
Now he came in and started at right tackle, and what's his face, Beatty got hurt.
Beatty. Yeah.
And he had to move to left tackle right away. So Flowers was he was reached for, put in a position where all the eyes were on him. Is a lot different from being a top 10, 12 pick than being a pick number 25 in the draft. So, and he was put in a really bad situation where he was not ready physically or mentally to play left tackle. And he was thrown directly into the fire with not a very good line around him to protect him, and tight ends who couldn't block to help him out. So Flowers was put in a really bad spot.
They showed you our depth right there. The second the left tackle gets hurt, that we had to move over Eric Flowers. They showed you
now he's a dick, and I think it's going to turn out that they're going to move him. But the situation has eroded, and not all of it was Eric Flowers. Not all of it.
We did a
little bit of blame on both. Yes.
And you know what? I think him going to another team, he could probably get a lot better. Just get it out of New York. New York likes.
I don't know.
He keeps getting better, and he's still
beat,
young, so you would think that he can keep improving.
Beat, he's getting beat so bad. His hands are like, how are your hands down? And you're running behind the guy, like, oh my God, it's annoying.
Do you guys see the Jeff Schwartz Twitter at all?
Yeah, I've seen him.
He tears apart. He tears apart with Flowers. He tears apart everybody. He's like, he missed 3 blocks right there. He's like, was he drunk? I'm like, Jesus. He tears that dude up. Obviously, he's not a fan.
Oh.
Former teammate.
You know who I'm not a fan of? Jeff Schwartz. What has Jeff Schwartz done?
Yeah,
seriously. If you're listening,
signed a big contract and never played.
Because I want to know why you're so arrogant. Give him the number, Marco. Give
Jeff,
the
if you
number.
want to call, it is 516-453-9383.
I think
Jeff would definitely call. Yeah, that guy's got nothing.
He's trying to do his own podcast and stuff. He would love to, get
Jeff's
on.
got nothing but time because he's not in the NFL. That was great, Jeff.
Big deal with us.
We should have signed his brother.
He hurt his pinky toe.
Yep.
I hurt my pinky toe. Oh, you went and shot me in my pinky toe.
I love calling people out. Jeff Schwartz, we don't like you.
What do you mean we? What's this we?
Yeah, I'm speaking for the show.
Love.
Oh boy, back after this.
How about Francesa coming back?
First of all, that's a horrible move. How you have all this retirement? How you have all this retirement crap and he comes right back? What, months later?
He's brilliant. He's going to come back just in time. He just took football season off.
Exactly.
He just took the off season off, and he's right back for football season.
What if he bombs? What if he comes back and everyone doesn't care anymore?
Well, it's going to be the same fucking thing it's been for. Oh, okay.
You're going to wait for
why did they just bring Mike and Mad Dog
back? It's not going to be there.
Can we get Mike and Mad Dog back or what?
Back after this.
Oh boy, back after this.
Everyone's going to want to hear this.
It can't be bad.
Everyone's going to want to hear that.
Is
Turn my mic on.
Right now?
To Francesa? Yes, always. Classic Mike. Mike's great. And I wish him and the Mad Dog would get back together. That'd be perfect.
All right, so there is good news. I will be here tomorrow to to stream this thing. I'm gonna get out of work early. I'll probably be home by 7. I can get everything ready. And we'll jump on at 8:00.
Well, I'm gonna be home around the same time, so I will. If you need me as backup, I can definitely provide some backup. So you let me know.
So what are they gonna do? They're gonna do 30 minutes before they get into any picks, right? They're gonna go 8 o'clock, 8:30. They probably do the first pick.
I don't know, but you got to figure that a lot of shit's going to happen between, if we went at 8 o'clock, if we went 8 to 10, we should be fine, right? I mean, that should be, I think that's perfect, right?
On the off chance that they trade back,
well, then fuck it. Then what are we going to do?
Double show?
Do we come back?
You don't think they would? You think they would trade as far down as 2 hours?
If they
trade Buffalo, then we get
Buffalo deal.
We get 22.
If they take that Buffalo deal, we're picking at 12 and 22.
Well, here's the thing. I think that I don't think that deal is going to happen. I think that if the Buffalo deal is going to go down, Buffalo has to get into the top 7. And then I think the Giants would entertain trading back. I don't think the Giants are going to 12. I think that they want a 3-team deal to stay in the top 7. If they trade back to 12 and 22, guys, I think this is going to be a commitment from the whole crew here that we're going to have to, provide some insight and details nightly on Thursday, Friday, possibly even Saturday, and definitely a Sunday morning show. I mean, I would think people.
Oh, my Lord.
Well, we're definitely, for the people out there, we apologize for the Sunday morning we weren't here. Obviously, we hear about it. But
I was here.
I was there.
I was ready to be negative.
All right, everyone, let's take into account who was here and who wasn't. Okay. Mm-hmm. I see what you're doing there.
Musketeer roll call.
See what's going on in that scenario.
We just want to throw out the blame.
Here. Bueller.
Yeah, our tech intern is using a flip phone now. I don't know how that's happening.
What the hell?
That's the guy that wants to tell me about football. Get the fuck out of here. Flip off, Todd.
So, what are we going to be doing shows? Are we doing shows the whole draft?
I would like. I will.
I would do Saturday. Saturday's just.
Why not?
First of
all,
all,
you doing Saturday?
I'm kind of an important guy.
Kind of. I'm kind of a big deal. You got to get that drop.
He has camp preparation.
I have many leather-bound books, and my cabinets smell like rich mahogany.
I'll say this. If I'm able to call in on Friday, it'll be late. But I could definitely go Saturday.
Well, we'll be in contact, and then we'll see. Cause, I don't think I'm doing anything this weekend. I think I'll be around. So even if I need, I don't know how to stream.
Recap show Sunday.
I'm not a good streamer.
Recap it on Sunday.
Yeah,
wait,
definitely.
Friday is round 2 and 3 or just 2?
2 and 3.
2 and 3, isn't it?
2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
And then,
so honestly, instead of I would say we just we do the first round, and then we recap it on Sunday.
Then we figure it out. Yeah, maybe. Let's see how it goes. If it runs past if we trade back and it runs past 2 hours, we could probably use the Discord app to stream it. There wouldn't be any callers, but it would be fine.
That's fine. I don't, and guys, I don't think that we're going to be doing that. I think that we're going to be on when they make the pick.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I don't know if they're going to go at 8:00 if it starts, or when the first pick would be. Maybe we can look into that tomorrow, and then if we have to buy ourselves an extra 10-15 minutes with the start of the show, we can always start it at 8:15 or 8:10 or something.
I think you probably start at 8:15. Honestly, 8:15, 8:20. Go right into it.
I'll be here at 8. Ready to go.
I mean, we're all going to be around. It's not like, no matter what, I'm watching the draft, so I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I'll be in front of the TV, if anything.
Yeah, unless some craziness happens, I don't know. Unless they pick up extra picks in like the second or third round. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
I think if there's a trade, they're still making a pick in the top 10. I really do. I think if they're going to trade back, that it's going to be somewhere where it's a 3-team deal and they end up still in the top 10.
If they trade back and we don't
is that your hot take? What's your hot take for tomorrow? What's the hot take? What's going to happen tomorrow?
Giants trade back in a 3-team deal. Buffalo, the Colts, and the Giants agree to a trade. The Giants move back to 6. They take Quentin Nelson, and they have additional picks. An additional second, probably an additional third, and maybe even another first rounder somewhere down the line because they're giving up number 2. So that I got a feeling that when balls to the wall, especially if Darnold goes 1, I got a feeling Giants may swing a deal. That's my
the Browns.
outlandish
said
prediction.
The Browns go on at 8 and will be on the clock at 8:10. So, all right. Thank you, Annette.
Thank you, Annette.
Sorry for interrupting you. Sorry, James. Sorry, sir.
No, you're fine. Whatever.
Sorry.
Sorry.
My hot take is
we
this.
just become best friends? Yep.
My hot take is this.
Hot take, go ahead.
The New York Football Giants don't take a quarterback with the number 2 overall pick. They complete some type of trade at some point, and the quarterback that they end up taking is Lamar Jackson.
Wow.
Well, if we're gonna go hot takes, then you know what? I'm gonna throw out. I'm gonna say Giants draft Josh Rosen at number 2.
Yes.
That was my hot take. That was my hot take. Oh, I have to re-hot take now.
Yeah, he took your hot take.
Totally. I didn't think he was going to go there.
Rosen's the one guy.
You're a hot taker.
The one guy that you haven't heard anything about since like a month ago.
Yeah, Rosen.
Haven't really heard about Chubb too.
Rosen keeps dropping down boards for no reason. Like, as far as all the stuff he's talking about in interviews, I like my quarterback talking like that. So I don't. You know.
How about this for a question? Let me pose this one out to the team. Forget about who we think they could take. You're on the clock. You're the GM. Who's the one guy you want?
Rosen.
Rosen.
He's the best. He's the best spinner of the football, and I love his personality. I think it's a great personality to have after Eli, because it's the polar opposite. You don't want a guy.
All right, now give me your backup to that. Now give me your backup to that non-quarterback.
Oh, non-quarterback.
Non-quarterback backup at 2. Am I at 2?
Yep.
You're at 2.
Shit. I mean,
the one play you want. Who's the guy you want?
I want Saquon.
Saquon at 2?
If we're not getting a quarterback, then give me Saquon and make the next 2 picks offensive linemen. Take offensive linemen in the 2nd and 3rd round, commit to the offensive line, give Eli the dynamic running back that can affect multiple areas of the football field and is going to extend his career, and fortify the line and make it happen. There's no reason why you can't take the running back and fortify the line in this draft. No reason whatsoever.
But you're doing so to spite your defense.
Well, you know what?
I don't think the defense was the problem. And I like what they've done on defense so far to this point. I think the problem with the defense was Steve Spagnuolo.
Oh, I agree.
Tim, who are your guys?
Honestly, so
quarterback you want, player you want.
Sam Darnold, Bradley Chubb. But honestly, I'm almost trying to convince myself to be like, screw it. Let's get Quentin Nelson and just start solidifying the offensive line. Get him at 2, grab whatever tackle or whatever, the next best offensive. As far as I'm concerned, grab Billy Price and grab another, grab a tackle in the free agency in the 2nd round. I mean, whatever. Let's solidify the offensive line and let's just go for it. Because honestly, we can grab a running back. We have 2 third-round picks. Make one of those a running back. Let's go for it.
Marco, I'm very curious to see who your player is going to be. Because you haven't really voiced on the player. I think I know where you're going QB, but I'm curious to know who your player is.
Well, QB, I'm actually torn. I want to say Rosen, but the injuries have me worried. Just because we have currently the Iron Man in there, we've taken for granted Eli and not sitting out a game unless he was benched that one time. To go to a guy who has a questionable concussion history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Rosen's the best passer. He throws a beautiful ball.
He's a window thrower.
He's a window thrower.
He's a window. And who's your player, dude?
Oh, non-quarterback, I would go Bradley Chubb.
Oh, I love you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have become enamored with Bradley Chubb over the last 48 hours with the more film I've watched and gotten closer to the draft.
I want to thank you, James, for actually doing the research on Chubb, because I swear I asked you this question, I would say probably a month ago.
I was all quarterbacked in at that point.
And you were like, if I was like, if they take Chubb, I'm going to throw my remote through my TV.
Yeah, I did. I remember saying that. But, the more I think about it, where the more film I've watched of them, and I did, at that point around a month ago, I was all in on the quarterback still. And there was a lot to watch on the quarterbacks. And then I wanted to watch film of Barkley and the running backs as well. So I knew Chubb was highly regarded, and I've seen him play live, so I knew that he was phenomenal. But I didn't really dive into his tape. The motor on this guy.
And that's
so
what you
impressive.
can't teach. And he just keeps on going.
The motor on him is so impressive. And the fact that he plays the run just as well, I think that he has some deficiencies. Like, I don't think that he is this above and beyond Reggie White type prospect. But I honestly think that he could be a really fucking good football player for your defensive line for the next 12, 13 years. And I think he can be an all-pro type. And you can't – pass rushers, man, whoo, you can find running backs, but it's difficult to find pass rushers. And when you can find a pass rusher that can stop the run, that's rare. So that's why I have him so highly touted. I like him a lot with more of the film that I've watched on him. He's grown on me. And then the motor – plus, the work ethic, you listen to him talk, he's all about winning. He just wants to play. I like Chubb a lot. I'm not taking away from Barkley. I think Barkley is a phenomenal talent, explosive player. I think he'll be very good in the NFL, but I would take Chubb as my player. My quarterback, I would go Darnold. I would go Sam.
Yeah.
I go Sam Darnold.
Safer? You think it's safer?
I'm not concerned. The big knock on Darnold, man, a couple of things I'm not worried about. The turnovers, right? So a lot of people are like, well, he turned the ball over too much. Well, if you look at his interceptions, they really weren't that bad. And if you look at his fumbles, like, you can teach ball security in the pocket. He played with a terrible offensive line. One thing I really like about Darnold is the fact that when you look at his numbers against pressure, he was second only to Mayfield. And the fact that he's 20 and we'd be able to take him and sit him behind Eli for a season, like, I don't see that as a negative. I know Justin said earlier where he saw that as you're going to bring in the guy and he's going to sit for a season. Like, I don't see that as a bad thing. Eli sat for half a season. I think that if you had to sit him for a season under Eli and then make a decision on Eli going into year 2, then that's what you do if you're sold on Darnold. I like him a lot. I think the kid's a player. I think he's a baller. He's a tough kid. He's a good leader. And I think he's going to be a really good quarterback for years to come for any team that ends up taking him.
Yeah. I think if the Giants don't go quarterback, I'm going to be a little like, oh, man.
Unless they take – like, I'll be really happy with Chubb. And I think I'll be happy with Barkley, but not at the time.
I did the math. I think one of the quarterbacks will be available.
I do love Barkley. It's just, if you're telling me, like, I know I can get a running back that potentially might even outproduce Barkley in his rookie season, maybe in the second or third round.
Yeah.
So
you guys know what needs to happen. We need to go double Chubb.
Chubb it up?
Chubb it up in this draft.
Sometimes it's a little awkward when you're in the room with a double Chubb, but I think if it's Friday night, and we're sitting there with 2 Chubbs in our hands, then despite the awkwardness, that's one old fashioned I wouldn't mind. That's one old fashioned I wouldn't mind giving.
I'll just slip it in.
But the funny thing is, guys, they're actually related. They're related.
How great is it going to be to get a Chubb?
Are they? They're related?
Yeah, they're related.
I didn't know
Are
that.
they?
Are they related?
Yeah, they're like cousins.
That's not true.
All right, gentlemen, get your rest. Have your best voices for tomorrow. Drink your tea and lemon.
I will.
Yeah.
Take your anxiety medication.
I'm ready to go right now.
Well, if you think I'm bad at 10 o'clock,
I can't wait to read all the trolling comments tonight.
Oh, they're
what
probably
happened?
destroying us.
I can't wait to read all the trolling comments in the morning.
Oh,
how bad do you think? How long do you think Jen Stryker listened tonight?
I don't know. But one guy is destroying us on Facebook.
But listen to us anyway.
Oh, one guy's destroying us on Facebook. He's awesome.
Yeah, and he's
Good for
been
you,
listening
buddy.
the whole time.
Keep listening. We appreciate it.
Isn't there one that's worried about Tim's health?
Yeah.
yeah, she's the one coming after me.
Tim, are you healthy? just
not
put
really.
Speculation right now.
I'm really
not. We didn't comment on that.
We
didn't comment on Lord Vader.
She's pretty close. She's pretty close on point. But
there's a drop that we need. We need the Lord Vader drop for when Tim starts breathing in.
I didn't know if you were talking about Darth Vader or Vader the wrestler because Tim with the red hair. I was like, huh.
Oh, it could be either or. Pick your Vader.
We need
my fellow ginger.
We should get the Vader time drop.
But Jen Stryker hates us. What's the guy on Facebook saying before we say goodbye? Let's hear what this guy's. What does he not like about it? What are we saying? What does he want to blow Barkley? Is that it?
Is he
mad that
we got to take Barkley? He's a generational talent.
See, where did he go? He deleted it.
Oh, chicken shit.
He knew we were coming after him.
Oh man.
It was something like, this is why no one listens to you, and then some of it. There's a bunch of people who are pretty happy.
As he listens.
He's like, no one listens to you guys. You have no viewers.
How are the comments tonight? Are people killing us, or are we? Do we have anybody thinking that we're making it all any sense?
No. First of all, I think you need to start a group, Negative Nation.
The negative group, Negative Nation.
Yeah,
Negative Nation. No way. Hashtag Negative Nation. Are they there?
I know you have a couple. They're like, I'm starting to like Captain Negative. I'm like, oh god.
Yes. Come to the dark side. Let your anger flow
There's
through you.
There's one guy that posts on the board. I think, like I've thought many a time that he might be you, just with like a burner account.
No, I don't have a burner account. I'm lucky I know what I'm doing with my account.
I don't want to call him out by name because I'm not going to do that. But we'll talk about it on the messenger chat.
Oh, he
Negative
posts
Nation
in the group.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely not me. But I love him. Whoever it is, keep posting.
Oh gosh.
Wait, I can't believe you.
Guys, you should embrace this. You should embrace Negative Nation because Negative Nation means listeners.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just
you know what? Those are the fans. You guys aren't even fans. You guys are like waiting for the Giants to be shitty,
fans.
just so you.
No. We don't want the Giants to be shitty. We just want smart
decisions. You want Giants to be shitty so you can say you're right. I don't
want to be. I want to be right. I want to win. I want to win games. That's what I want. And if the team isn't as flashy and they're a lot more fit, you can notice in my draft, my mock draft, that I went for. You could read about those players that I drafted: Chubb, Price, Orlando Brown, Chubb, Dawson, Holland. Physical football players. Okay? So I think this team needs, as you can tell by my mock, an attitude adjustment. And if you're telling me that they have to get a little less flashy and a little more fucking bring your lunchbox and start hitting people in the face a little bit, I'm all for it. And if they have to win games in a little sloppier of a way,
you tell me if they become that.
I just want to win. I just want to win.
You become that. You're going to be Captain Positive?
When we were 11, who was calling for last year's team to go to the Super Bowl? Who went on the show in Australia and predicted the Giants were going to play the Patriots?
God, you remember last off season was definitely flowers and rainbows.
We were all in. At the end of the year. We were all right. I'm and that's why this season, I'm going to look at it as it is, and I'm not going to look at it with blue blinders on. And this team needs a lot of work. They need a lot of work.
So high.
This team needs a lot. There's a lot. They need to infuse new blood. There needs to be a new attitude. They're switching defenses. These things don't just happen overnight. And yes, they could turn around and be competitive, but to think that they're going to flip a switch in a competitive NFC with a lot of good football teams and win a Super Bowl might be a little unrealistic. And that doesn't mean next season, if they push for a playoff spot and they make it to the playoffs but lose, it doesn't mean it's a negative. It just means that they're not there yet. But I don't think that they're going to play deep into January. I don't.
Well,
you look at their roster, guys. And how can you think that?
Saquon's shoulders. It's all on Saquon.
Oh well, yeah. Well, he'll change everything. So just give it to him. Just give it to Saquon because you always play Akron on Sundays in November.
Let's see what's going on. All right, let's go into my messages. This is always fun.
Uh-oh. Kill Captain Negative.
Yeah, what's going on the YouTube chat?
Don't be surprised if Gettleman drafts fellow Jew Josh Rosen. That sounds a little
like the menorah.
Someone to celebrate.
David Lee Roth.
I'll tell you right now, I'll get a Star of David in a heartbeat.
Oh.
Why is that bad? Why is that bad? It's not bad.
I'm cool
for my
with
quarterback.
Josh Rosen is nasty. If it wasn't for the injury thing, I think he'd be number one quarterback all day.
We need Adam Sandler's drop for if we do take him. We got to get the Hanukkah song.
Right. We need some Hanukkah song stuff.
Yeah.
We go to Spider-Man Hanukkah song. Huh?
YouTube's chat's still on fire. People going crazy.
Oh Christ!
They'll see
what
us
do they
tomorrow.
About what?
They can't wait. Oh, they're on their own. Those bros are flying.
I like the YouTube chats. They are funny, man. They are good. They are a good time. Keep it going, guys. Yeah, they are funny. I go back when I listen to the show. I listen back in the morning over a cup of coffee, laugh a little bit, and when I read some of the comments, man, those guys got me.
You listen to the show the next morning when you don't remember what happened?
No, I have no clue. I black out during these things.
He's in a rage.
I've been sleeping for the last 45 minutes. I'm sleepwalking.
All right, so we're going to be
Plus,
here
what
tomorrow.
am I going to listen to? Fucking Boomer and Geo? I mean, Jesus Christ, there's nothing to listen to in the morning. So I re-listen to the show back. I want to see how we hear, how we sound, what we say. Good shit.
And you listen again?
Yeah. You don't take notes, Tim? Tim, you don't take notes?
No, I'm not taking.
Take notes. This is just
Tim, we're taking notes
off top of the dome.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Tim has.
Well, I'll tell you, I am more prepared. I'm more prepared for my videos than you guys like to be. But you guys like to go off top of the dome for the videos.
I'm
more
first taker. I'm a first taker.
I need to do multiple takes, and Marco can attest. I've sent him a few takes where my wife made me laugh in the background at the end. He had to cut.
Then you got to do the whole 2 minutes over. Oh my God, I'd throw something.
It
would be domestic abuse.
I could do an outtake video of Justin. I won't say the player's name, but he got the player's name wrong the whole time. I was like, so I was like, all right, just say the name. I'll keep plugging it in. He's like, really? Saved you on that one. Even though I threw you under the bus now, but It happens.
Yeah, it's all good. It's a blooper reel. It's a blooper reel.
The blooper reel.
I want it for the outtakes.
If you say the guy's name wrong, they roast you on the comments.
The die. Let me tell you, if you don't want to feel good about yourself, you go in that comment section sometimes.
Dude, I get destroyed. Some guy told me today I was going to have it. You must have a miserable life. I was like, I'm the happiest motherfucker on the planet.
That's the thing.
I was like, it's just stupid to take Barkley at 2.
James is one of the happiest people that I've ever been around in my entire life.
This is why, because he's spewing all the hate out of him.
I make everyone else miserable, but I'm fucking happy.
Yeah.
I make everyone else around me completely miserable, but I'm so happy.
Like the phrase "zero fucks," that's James. James gives 0 fucks.
I am the epitome of 0 fucks, really.
All right,
Thank
everyone.
you, Justin.
Yeah.
Can I take back a life?
Tomorrow.
What?
James and I shared a cubicle when we were co-employees, and they had to separate us because we were too loud.
Yes.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Yep. We did karate in the garage and everything.
It was literally overnight.
I showed Justin my sword, and it was signed by Randy Jackson.
Annette said, James, Annette said it's not anger, it's passion.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that, Annette. It's definitely anger. It's not his passion.
What did Annette say?
She's like, it's not anger, it's passion. No, it
is passion, Annette. See, Annette's part of Negative Nation. Annette knows. Annette knows where my heart is. It's all passion.
No, it's anger.
I think we told this story
you
before
guys
on the
don't
podcast,
see the chat room. You don't see the chat room conversations that we see all day long when a move happens from the Giants.
Say what you want.
Still happen.
Say what you want about me. Here's one thing that cannot be debated. The fact that no matter what my take is, it is always in the best interest, in my eyes, of the franchise as a whole and the long-term best interest of the franchise as a whole. So, right, wrong, good, bad, indifferent, heart's always in the right place, and that's why Negative Nation is rapidly growing. We're going to get hats. Like MAGA.
Marco.
Let's make America negative again.
Marco.
What's up?
Can we redo the opening drop and replace Trifecta with Captain Negative?
Yeah,
Mana.
I think I might have to.
Mana. Make America negative again.
Nice.
MG, no.
MANA.
Josh Rosen.
Mana.
All right, I think that's it. I'm running out of gas. I'm on empty.
Hashtag Mana. Hashtag Negative Nation. See you tomorrow night.
Yep.
Tonight's podcast was glorious.
That's right.
I'll talk to everyone. We will see you. I'm like falling asleep talking to you now. We will see everyone tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Be in the chat. Hit it up. And it's gonna be some shit. There we go.
Draft day, bitches. We out.
All right, later.
Later.
Good.